I'll give you two examples of what ties would look like in music and how they would function. So the first example up here, I've got a bass clef. Let's say this is 2 bars long, so I'll put a bar line in the middle. So I might start off with, say, a crotchet on the first beat here, and then I might have a minim, and then another crotchet at the end here. The next bar I might have a crotchet, and then I might have 2 quavers, and then I might have a note there, and then I might have a crotchet there. So let's say that's our piece of music. Now, a very common place for a tie to occur is across a bar line. Now obviously they have to be the same note, which is what I've drawn here. So I'd put a curved line between those. Now effectively it would mean don't play that note. So you'd play all the notes except that one. That note would ring for the length of 2 because it's a crotchet plus a crotchet. Now you couldn't put a minim there, because if you did you'd have 5 beats in the first bar and only 3 in the second. I should have put a time signature here, so I'll just squeeze one in here. So 4/4, because I've got 4 beats in my bar. So you could put a tie there. I might also see a tie going from there to there. So technically now that one wouldn't be played either. So that note there would ring for 2.5 beats. So it's getting more and more complicated. I can't put ties on these notes here that are different. Remember, ties have to be the same note. Now another example, I might see something like, say, a crotchet, and then I might have a quaver, and then I might have another crotchet. So, and then I could have, say, a different note here. So let's say it's a crotchet there. And then to finish that bar off, I'd have to have a quaver. And then I'd have my bar line. So again, you can see there's 1, 2, 3 crotchets plus 2 quavers adds up to 4. So if I saw a tie here between those two, that's worth 1, this one's worth half. So that first note would ring for 1.5 beats. It would actually be exactly the same as if instead of that note, if I put a dot on it, then it would be 1.5 as well. So there is multiple ways to do it, but sometimes it's clearer to write things with ties than to use dotted notes. Okay, so that just shows you a couple of examples. I might have another crotchet in here and then a tie across to there. Then I could have a minim, and then I have another crotchet at the end to fill that up, and I could tie that. So as you've probably guessed, that note would go for 3 beats then. So that would actually be exactly the same as putting a dotted minim in there, which would be worth 3. So there is multiple ways to write the same thing. So there's just a couple of examples of the use of ties within music.